Okay, for today's demo, I'm going to demo the paralleling technique, okay? And for demo purposes, I'm not going to put a barrier on the tube head, okay? Remember when you're shooting, when you're taking the x-ray, you're always going to shoot it white is right, dot goes down in the slot. And everyone's saying, what's the slot? This is the slot right here. This is the part that you would place it in there, okay? If sometimes the bite tape is a little loose and the film falls out, all you have to do is tighten this by pushing this forward with no film in there, okay? Then you pull back, pull this back, pull the bite stay back a little bit, and slide your film in, okay? And voila, there you go. Film doesn't come out. You can see right through the ring, dot in the slot. The slot is what holds it, okay? And again, you test it to make sure you've placed it correctly, and it is, okay? So this would be an anterior one. I'm going to demo with a bite wing. Now with the anterior and the posterior, it always go dot in the slot. We talked about it in lecture, in lab, that for the anterior, for the maxillary, the dot in the slot in the anterior and the posterior is always going to be towards the incisal. For the mandibular, anterior and posterior, it'll always again be towards the incisal or the occlusal. Okay. Now for bite wings are different. Okay. For the left side, and you have to position it in the orientation that you're going to do, okay? So the left side, if it was coming in like this, the dot would be at the top, at the upper maxillary mesial part of the film. So this will be the mesial, the distal, okay? If it were going to be for the mandibular, then the dot, okay? Again, let's orientate it the way it would be coming in mandibular. Okay. Would be now towards the bottom. Oh, we had technical difficulties. Okay. You put it in on one side first. You bend it gently. And you bring it up. Okay. Okay, now if that would have fallen with a real patient, you would have gotten a new one. Okay, for bite wings that we're going to be centered on premolar, you want to have the film even, equal distance, okay? If you were going to do the molars, then you would do a slight extension. See, it's no longer equal. Slight extension towards where it was going. So this would be the distal, where the molars are. So the slight extension would be in the back, okay? So I'm going to zoom in on the mannequin now so we can see about placement. We want to remember that it has to be parallel, okay? Equal distance from the film to the teeth, and then from the cone to the ring. And then the lines, the indicator has to be parallel, the rod and the line on the cone, okay? Now every mouth is different, so not everyone will have teeth where they're supposed to be, or they may not have all of them, so we'll just have to work with it, okay? So again, I open by squeezing the top, which you can't see in the video, but I will do that. Move this out of the way for now. Place it in carefully. Gently move the tongue out of the way for the mannequin. I'm going to start with the molars, so I'm going to position it, make sure it's parallel in there. Have them bite down as much as I can, have it come out parallel. Again, this doesn't always work, okay? So you just got to know the concept. Bring the ring back just a little bit. Bring my tube head, and just make sure I can see. Okay, let me move you over just a A little bit more so you can see what we're doing. Okay, here's the indicator line. Here's my indicator rod. I need those to be parallel as much as I can. I can't go down any further because, I don't know if you can see, and I'll move it over a little bit. The tube head is hitting the chair. So what I need to do is move this back and just turn it, giving myself more room on this side. Zoom back in so you can see. Come over here. Now I try to get my rod and my indicator as parallel as I can without getting in the way. If the rod hits the cone, what you need to do is bring the ring back a little bit. Then I look to see if my lines are parallel. And I'll bring you over here so you can see how it's parallel. Okay? And having the ring that close to the cone is called flushing it. I have it flushed against the cone. Bring you over on this side so you can see that it's equal distance. Okay? If it's open just a tad bit, then what we'll do is we'll adjust it a little bit, and I'll give you a different view from this side and see if I can close it just a tad bit. There you go. So it's equal distance from this side. Let's bring you over to this side so you can see. Parallel the cone and the line, the ring to the cone, and the teeth. Okay? Once we have this, we already had our machine set. We come over to the exposure button and we're ready to take this x-ray. And we will come over here, let you see how it sounds. Step out of the room. Okay, we've come back. We've now taken this x-ray and we can process it.